This video is sponsored by Synology. Back in the studio. Hey guys, salut, this is Alex. Welcome back to the Meatball series where I'm trying to perfect the absolute pristine ultimate meatball. Yeah, does that look cool? It looks so cool. Ooh. And if you remember well, in the first episode we went to New York to learn about Italian-American meatballs, then we went to Sweden to learn about Swedish meatballs, and finally in episode 3 we went to Turkey to learn everything there was to learn about köfte. I've been traveling a lot and it's good to be back in the studio. Now, there is one concern that I would like, if possible, to share with you guys. Coming back. Over time, I think the shape of these very different yet connected meatballs has flattened, roundish with the Italian-American meatballs, a bit looser in terms of shape. The Swedish meatballs,
they don't have to be perfectly round. The Swedish meatball has a side.
And then with the köfte in Turkey, these meatballs don't look like bowls, to be honest.
We hardly have bowls.
I'm not complaining about this from a cultural point of view. I know standardization is the death of... I'm trying to find excuses, but the truth is, I just can't wrap my head around a meatball that would be anything else but spherical. Am I the only one to hear the word bowl? How am I supposed to live with this? I can't. I mean, I can, but I have to go the extra mile, basically. In our world, a bowl is a round object, okay? But in my world, a bowl is a perfectly spherical object. It feels very, very good. So basically that's the plan. I want to make a perfectly round meatball so I can sleep at night. And also, hold on a second, do not judge this sickness too quickly. It is a challenge to make a round meatball out of a soft mixture. With a firm mixture is not that complicated. Using a tender, a supple mixture, and that's way more complicated, but the reward is amazing in the end, because you'll have something round, but also it's gonna be juicy. You see, I'm also a cook, I'm not just a mad person. So before going any further, I need to make a big batch of mixture. I've placed in the fridge the mixture we've been working on. Right, so time to mix these balls and try to make them as round as possible. I'm gonna do my best, I promise. Use water, and that prevents the meatball from sticking because of the hydrophobic properties of that meatball, basically. This is the method that was shared by Niklas Ekstedt in Stockholm. Not bad, it looks like a pebble, no? So a second method is to use both hands like this, basically. Definitely not better. What do you want me to do? I'm not gonna call it round if it's not round. Is it even possible to do this? I mean, my grandma used to say that not all hands will make good or can make good meatballs. And I know it's a figure of speech. I know she didn't mean it literally. It's like she's definitely talking about the skills and talent of the meatball maker to try and understand if the curvature of the palm has anything to do basically with your ability to make meatballs. That would be really a waste of time. A waste of time. No, I'm gonna be right now looking for a tool. Something promising. Yes. The trusty little ice cream scoop. Will it perform? That's another story. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! That flapping thing inside is just messing up with the surface. It was great on paper, but it's not amazing. Right, so I was just browsing. I found what is named a meatball maker. Basically, you pinch the mixture, and when you open it up, you get a perfectly round meatball. Now, I'm gonna say it, I don't like gadgets, but still, because I need to sleep at night, I ordered this gadget. Would it be able to make a perfectly round meatball? That's another pair of scissors. I'm gonna go deep to have some overflow. Is it gonna give me what I want? It's not bad. Let's try another one. I can tell you this is gonna cause a massive crack in our meatball. I mean, that can't be bad. Let's give it a try. I've been placing that in the fridge. I feel like it's time for me to start making the tools I need. We all knew something like this was gonna happen. I'm looking at my 3D printer. Full sphere pressure injection. I'm gonna wash my hands first. Got my half sphere, I prepared another one. You secure this with a piece of string to create a meatball Death Star. You want to inject meatball mixture, unmold it, get a perfect meatball. I can sleep at night. Oops. I don't have a piping bag, but I have this in my studio. Go big boy. Still is a bit too small. Why are we doing all this? Come on, you f***ing... The filling, the injection is not perfect. Whatever I can produce straight out of the mold, gravity is basically gonna ruin it. There is more to solve than just the problem of the shape. I think I'm in a dead end, basically. When you inject mixture within one hole, it's not flowing inside. It's creating like a sausage, like a snake if you want, that is swirling around, folding and folding onto itself, creating plenty air pockets. Pressure injecting is not the way to go. Maybe there's something else, like spinning, like, I don't know. I have no clue whatsoever tonight. Go back, try to sleep, cry, collapse. We catch up in the morning. Right guys, let's talk about today's sponsor, Synology. Now behind me is my brand new NAS. The word NAS stands for Network Attached Storage. It's a big hard drive connected to the internet. It's exactly like having your own personal cloud. As a video creator, I do generate at least 200 gigabytes of data per week, and these data must be accessible by me or by any person I work with from anywhere. With a NAS, I can do that. There are no subscription fees, so feel free to take all the videos and all the photos you want, and just don't worry about going over your cloud storage limit. You can instantly share your photos with the click of a button. You can also set up your own personal Netflix if you want. With support for apps like Plex, a NAS can also act as your own media server for all of your home videos, your movie collection, or your favorite cooking shows. Right, thank you Synology for sponsoring this video. If you're interested in knowing more on how it could improve your own workflow, I'll post a link in the description box down below. Let's get back to it, shall we? Right guys, welcome back to the North Pole. I don't have a solution, let's bust it out immediately, but I may have a lead. I read something about shearing forces and how it might help our project. So I'm off to the hardware store and I'm gonna try to get a few material to make at least a proof of concept. This is the contraption that I just made. You basically place a big blob of meatball mixture right there. The blob gets trapped in between the half pipe. It gets rolled and shaped at the same time until it exits the bottom one. I don't know what I'm gonna do basically if it doesn't work. I'm gonna roughly shape it right there. Completely round inside, but then when it falls, it flattens. But just one problem at a time. Let's just shoot this in slow motion just to see if it's round when it exits the thing. Let me set this up. Hold on a second. Right, so I just shot the slow motion. I'm very excited, to be honest. Let's take a closer look. Happened too fast. Only the top one is moving, which means that you've got that shearing motion. It looks like a perfect bowl at the moment. You see that perfect curve? What happens? Hold on a second. There's a sharp edge on the exit. You've got a perfect shape right there, but in the middle you've got like a clear gap, if you want, on a gentle slope. That would hopefully prevent any mark on the outside of the meatball from happening. Alright guys, this is the moment. I made the slope basically more gradual, more gentle. I'm gonna load it up. It's firing time. 3, 2, 1. Here we are! Yes! Okay guys, if I may say so myself, this is an absolute success. How the hell is this perfectly round to me? Well, hold on a second. I did manage to shape a perfectly round meatball for maybe less than a second. It still is something. I need to maintain that perfect roundness all the way through cooking, but I have like 1 or 2 ideas on how I could solve the problem. Basically, this proof of concept turned out to be very effective. Now, obviously, I could always improve that thing. Just make it a bit longer, make the shape maybe a bit smoother, a loader on top. I need 2 meatballs for the 7. Probably time to tune it down a bit, yes. But at least I can shape a perfectly round meatball now. It's probably a bit early to just smile and laugh and celebrate, as there is so much more to do to create the perfect meatball. Anyway, I'm on my way, so we will catch up in the next one. Bye bye, salut.